A 16-year-old boy who was obsessed with serial killers stabbed a schoolgirl at least 99 times and left her for dead after luring her to a meeting on Snapchat. The youth, now 17, who cannot be named for legal reasons, threw away the 16-year-old girl's phone, leaving her alone and soaked in blood for 7 hours before she was found. Following the attack in July 2021, which left the victim with life-threatening injuries, he Googled whether Britain still had the death penalty. Maidstone Crown Court heard a dogwalker discovered the victim at around 7:30 a.m. on Tuesday the 22nd of July in the orchards in Sittingbourne, Kent. Prosecutor Martin Yale, who said the attacker was just 16 when he committed attempted murder, said, "We say he lured her to the orchard in order to carry out a premeditated attack. The attacker lured the girl using Snapchat before leaving her for dead at the orchards in Sittingbourne. He began messaging his victim on Snapchat and he instigated a meeting." The prosecutor said the attacker also carried a bag with him, which is believed to have contained weapons and a change of clothing in which he planned to kill her. At the orchard he made an excuse to use the toilet, disappeared and then returned when he grabbed her mouth before beginning his stabbing frenzy. The victim described her attacker as looking evil and estimated the attack continued for up to 3 minutes. The teenager was jailed at Maidstone Crown Court, image, AFP via Getty Images. She was flown by air ambulance to King's College Hospital in London and treated for wounds including ones to the liver, pancreas, lungs, kidney and to a severed artery. After her disappearance was discovered, the victim's parents began a search after finding she had not slept in her room. Mr. Yale said that the would-be killer was eventually questioned and claimed to have been with his girlfriend. When detectives went to his house, they discovered he had been viewing images including American serial killer Ted Bundy. Abducted teen describes how she escaped serial killer and helped police catch him. Serial killer once linked to Brit Alp's killing says sorry for slaying 8-year-old. Tana Adkin QC, in mitigation, said the boy had suffered from poor mental health in lockdown and spoke about ending his life. She said his parents did all they could and it was not until after his arrest that his conditions were diagnosed. Judge Philip Statman, in sentencing, said, "You had a murderous attempt in your head. This was a savage and brutal attack which was premeditated. Your victim remained in her fetal position in the orchards for 6 hours, yet your victim fought for her life and won." The boy, after admitting attempted murder, was sentenced to at least a notional tariff of 10 years and, should he be released from prison, subject to a whole life license. Detective Chief Inspector Neil Kimber, the senior investigating officer for the case, said, "The brutality inflicted on the victim of this case was abhorrent and managing this investigation has been exceptionally harrowing. It is worrying that someone so young could have coldly calculated carrying out this sickening attack. Throughout the course of our inquiries, providing the victim with the best possible support was our absolute priority. She has demonstrated exceptional bravery throughout and her fighting spirit is shown by the physical recovery she has made. Despite being presented with a horrific case, the relentless professionalism of my officers meant we were able to unravel the crime and detain the offender within several hours. The officers who first responded to the call for help also reacted with exemplary professionalism, despite being presented with a dire set of circumstances. Their actions ultimately led to the victim surviving this horrific attack. I am pleased to see that this teenage boy has now been held to account. He presents a clear danger to the public and I sincerely hope that the support available to him in prison gets to the root cause of his dangerousness and prevents him from committing any further harm." Read more. Ukraine releases horror video from inside war zone and compares Putin to Hitler. Read more. Armed police seal off street and arrest 6 after man, 25, stabbed to death at home.